there has been a pattern since October 8th that the day you say something, that you oppose something, the Israeli do something totally the opposite the second day. What happened yesterday, or the last 48 hours, the Prime Minister, the Lebanese Prime Minister, said, we have guarantees that they will not strike Beirut anymore. And obviously this was the message in Lebanon, that these guarantees, the US gave these guarantees. You said that yesterday, that you opposed these strikes on Beirut. Kirby, I think, in his briefing said that. I mean, does that concern you? This is the US credibility. I'm not talking about whether this strike was against Hezbollah or against the messaging, your credibility, the US as a mediator, especially now in Lebanon, because everybody is looking at you, you are the one who can pose a ceasefire at least.
What concerns us ultimately is outcomes. And we involve the United States in trying to generate the best possible outcome in every situation. And so when you say we made this clear yesterday, I can tell you we made it clear some number of days before I stood here at this podium and said it yesterday. And it wasn't me saying at this podium that ultimately led to the intensity of the strikes in Beirut going down. It was our direct, quiet intervention with the government of Israel that I believe led to the intensity of that campaign being dialed back. We are going to continue to make that clear to the government of Israel, just as we're going to continue to make clear to them that ultimately we want to see full implementation of UN Security Council Resolution 1701. That includes the IDF withdrawing back into the borders of Israel and includes Hezbollah withdrawing back above the Litani River. That is what we continue to drive for, and it is ultimately those outcomes that we're most interested in achieving.
On the strike in the south today, the village, the destruction of an entire village, also the strike in Nabatieh. By the way, the building belongs to the, I think, the Interior Ministry, because this is a municipality. Also, you said you support a limited military operation. Is there a shared definition for this limited military operation between you and the Israeli? Because I think the understanding in Lebanon that what's happening now, it's like a scorched earth policy to create a safe zone in the south. So it seems to be in effect now. And do you support that this will support the Israeli later in their negotiations with Hezbollah or with the Lebanese government? So
what we support are limited incursions to attack and degrade, to attack Hezbollah, to degrade Hezbollah infrastructure, not to target civilians, not to destroy civilian homes, not to wipe villages out. We do support campaigns to take on Hezbollah because for the past year, we've seen Hezbollah refuse to stand down on its attacks that had led to Israeli response attacks that ultimately displaced tens of thousands of people on both sides of the border. That has been an untenable situation for the people of both countries. But ultimately, what we want to see is implementation of United States of UN Security Council Resolution 1701, because that would get us back to a place where those residents can return to their homes.
Is there any political engagement, any U.S. official visiting Beirut next week? Do you have anything?
I don't have any announcements to make about travel next week. Stay tuned. We'll make announcements as we have them, but I don't have any to announce today.